I don't know if this relationship is repairable, right? But if there is any way to repair it, like I would try to repair it with Brandon Aiyuk and get back to playing football. But I think it may be beyond that, because you need some help in your wide receiver room. Your wide receiver room is not that good, and what you're gonna do is just run Christian McCaffrey into the ground. You know what I mean? Like, and he's already. He had a good season last year, but he's already shown that he is injury prone and he will, miss some time. George Kittle missed a lot of time last year. Juwan Jennings was really your number one guy. Pearsall missed a couple games because remember didn't he get shot at the beginning of the season, like before the season started? Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that are going on, man. And
expeditiously. Get him out of there.
I don't think this relationship is repairable. Brandon Aiyuk's figured out a way to come back. And I might be jumping. It just seems like he's an AB away from that type of situation again. He running off the field, throwing off his jersey out in the crowd. So I think they gotta do their best to end up releasing him some way, somehow. So it's not repairable.
But what do you think, Chris? Like, is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze with Brandon Aiyuk?
Well, for the Niners or just like any team?
In general.
Obviously, you get a talented wide receiver. It's just that this is just a weird time because he did get hurt, and we're now 2 seasons post injury.
This will be the second. This will be going into the second season. Yes.
So nobody knows what condition he's in. So you're kind of getting a mystery box of different. There's teams who would probably jump on that as far as like just a blind belief, like, hey, we know what you've done in the past. That's what we believe in. We still getting, and something can work. But for teams who are in contention, teams who are 1 or 2 pieces away, it gets a little sketchy because it's like, man, do I go ahead and give up a little bit of our future for this? And then you're not the Brandon Aiyuk of old, or you bring the same antics to this team, and now you end up putting us in the worst position and take us out of our window when we could have just, kept with what we was doing or went in a different direction. So that's what a lot of so I think anybody who's in rebuilding mode and wants something to start with, sure, like a Miami Dolphin, a New York Jet, maybe even a Las Vegas Raiders. That could be a situation where it's like, okay, you know what? We're in rebuild mode. We got a new guy at quarterback, new coach, new this, new that. Maybe this could work out. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. It'll burn off in a couple years. But if you're a Lions, if you're a Seahawks, if you're Chicago Bears, Kansas City Chiefs, Houston Texans, I think you stay away from this with a 10-foot pole. And that's what makes it tricky, because those are the ones that you would want to do the most dealing with, because they're trying to win now and they would be willing to give more. Whereas somebody who's like, hey, we're rebuilding, the ball is in our court. You got to come to us with a deal and figure it out. You muted, Corey.
My bad. Sorry. Kaja, what do you think? If you are 1 receiver away from being a contender, or possibly being a contender, would you go get Brandon Aiyuk?
I would not. I wouldn't. Like, to your point, we haven't seen him play in a while. You don't know what he's going to look like. And for me, the off the field and antics, to me, are starting to become bigger than his talent. I'm just wondering what kind of, like, who am I bringing into my locker room? Because if you're only 1 piece away, you want to make sure you're bringing in the right piece. Not mean by talent, and also personality. I don't want to bring somebody in here who's going to take us from being 1 piece away to now going down because you're coming in here with all these other antics and foolishness. Like, we're right here, like right there at the finish line. We don't have time for any foolishness. And for me, I'm okay with him wanting to leave the Niners. It's just the way he's going about it.
Right.
That's him. It's so unprofessional. I mean, we heard nothing from him during the season, and then out of nowhere now, we can't stop hearing from him. Like, every other day, it's a new video dropping. I'm just like, what are we going to hear from you today? It's just so odd. It's just very, very strange. And I don't know what kind of person I'm bringing in. So for me, no. I'd rather take my chances and get somebody else.
Britt, what you got?
I think you guys basically said it all. For me, talented receiver, as we've seen over the years with the 49ers. But if I have a team, my culture would it be locked in solid to bring in on a personality like Brandon Aiyuk. It's nice, I was thinking, oh, maybe the Las Vegas Raiders would work well, as Chris said earlier, but then I was thinking that's a young team. He's going to be a leader that might mess up the culture that you're trying to establish for such a young team. I don't think I would want to bring him in that type of situation, because that could do some damage to your locker room and such young players, who knows what that could do with their mind. And then more established, culture, maybe like a Lions locker room or Eagles locker room. A locker room like the Eagles, they just went through some drama. Do we really want to bring up another headache of a wide receiver again? I don't think deal with that.
It might be even bigger drama than AJ Brown. You know what I mean? Like, it could be, yeah.
And I know he keeps talking about the Commanders, but they're in a iffy situation in that organization. You're trying to. You thought you got over the hump, but you realized your team was getting a little bit too old. Now you kind of not quite start over, but you got to reestablish yourself a little bit again with a younger quarterback. Was this Jay and Daniel's third, fourth year, whatever? I don't know if I want to bring in Brandon Aiyuk in that situation. It's just too much going on with him, and I think this could potentially impact his money going forward. I don't know if this is going to impact his career as of right now. It might be too early for that, but his money for sure. He's going to have a couple prove it deals to see how things go from here on out.
You know where I could see him going?
Where?
I just thought about it, and whether it be a team willing to deal with the antics or the team I feel like is like would be perfect for Brandon Aiyuk. That helps both sides of the situation.
What team is that?
Buffalo.
He's gonna say that. I had a feeling he was gonna say that. No, do not send him to Buffalo.
Send him to Buffalo.
They can keep him. No, we good. We good.
Send him to Buffalo.
We're fine.
You give Josh Allen another high caliber receiver.
Well, are you Buffalo?
I am a Josh Allen fan, yes.
So,
we rebuke that, okay? We rebuke it on this fine Sunday in the name of Jesus. We are okay.
Okay, take the fandom out of it. Say it doesn't make sense. Tell me how it doesn't make sense.
We don't have time for no antics. If we just talk about talent alone, I might say, okay, take a chance. But we don't have time for the foolishness. He wanted to be paid so bad. They gave him his money, and then you don't play.
Did.
What's the problem? You got what you wanted, and then you don't show up, and no one knows why you're not showing up, or at least they're not telling us if they do.
So the funny part about that, Kaji, is this. The 49ers are reportedly, they're possibly going after a money retribution is what they called it. So in that money, they want their money back. And they're talking about anywhere from $13 to $13.8 million. That's a lot of money. And he doesn't seem to care. I mean, this John Lynch went to his house, talked to him, trying to get him back in. He don't call them the 49ers no more. He calls them that team, which is it's funny, but it's not. Blaming his agent because of his relationship with John Lynch. Said that Kyle Shanahan has a temperament of a toddler. Like it's a whole lot of stuff that this dude is saying, and he thinks that they're mad because he said that they were stupid. They were stupid for paying him $50 in 8 months anyway. So it seems like that he wants out. Now I will tell you this, and I've been saying this about the 49ers for a while. They have a culture that they're trying to establish in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And if you look at all of their players, right, and you look at their number one players, especially on the offensive side of the ball, they all have something in common. Chris, do you know what that is?
What's that?
They're all Caucasian.
Oh, the receiving corps coming up in San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. And I think that they're trying to they're trying to bring a certain demographic to the team, and I feel like if you don't fit that criteria, right, or if you don't fit that narrative, then they're gonna get rid of you. Think about it. Running back, even though Christian McCaffrey is fantastic, right?
Christian McCaffrey is like he honorary. He light by nature.
He's the guy. You know what I mean?
Light by nature.
But and I don't have not even a problem with Christian McCaffrey, but I think he's injury prone. I think that might be the only knock that you have on him. You know what I mean?
Well, he gave us a good year last year. And
he did.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that CMC since Carolina. So that was, but I think you don't more so lean into CMC, which is why you need to either repair the situation with Brandon Aiyuk or cut it and replace him and start building the chemistry there.
But they feel like Ricky Pearsall is the guy.
What did he do that was so spectacular though?
Nothing.
He's a regular guy to me. He looks like a regular receiver.
So is it more of the scheme that makes him look superb?
It doesn't even make him look superb. He just looks normal.
Isaac Tesla as a wide receiver 4 looked better in the few touches he got than somebody who's supposed to be wide receiver 1 in San Francisco.
So you got rid of Deebo Samuel and you running Brandon Aiyuk out for Ricky Pearsall.
And who else is that receiving core?
They got rid of what's his name?
Jawan Jennings.
Jawan Jennings. They got rid of him.
Mike Evans is there now, but
right. Mike Evans is Mike Evans. He's gonna pull a hamstring by week 3. You know what I mean? That's gonna happen. But he's gonna catch you a lot of touchdowns. Your other receivers on that team are Dejon Stribling, DeMarcus Robinson, Jacob Cowling, Colton Dow, and Junior Bergen.
Damn, the 4 of us out there.
Yeah. But you got rid of Deebo and now you're getting ready to get rid of Brandon Aiyuk for this. Because Jennings gave you a viable one last year, even though he wasn't supposed to be the one. He was that guy. And they got him out of town. They got him out of town too. I mean, you're not doing your quarterback any favors with this, not with this wide receiving core.
Nah, and we already know what that O-line is. That O-line has gotten worse over the last couple of years. Trent Williams is coming back, I think, right? He's coming back, but what are you getting from that? What are you getting from that if he does come back?
I mean, he's still Trent Williams. I mean, he's the guy.
Granted, the ceiling is high, but we also know if he can't be healthy, or if this really is the last ride, but you can't hold your whole line to just Trent Williams,
right? And
you got to give Brock Purdy and CMC time. You got to give CMC the holes to explode through. You got to give Brock Purdy time to do his little 5-yard outs and his screens to CMC. But if you're not giving them time, then we are talking about going from 11-6, 12-5, and potentially in the running for the division to what they was 2 years ago, coming in at 6-11, and you know what I'm saying, on the backside of that. And now you got nobody to throw to. It's really us out there catching the ball.
Literally just us.
And white boy Ricky from Boys in the Hood. I don't know I don't know. It doesn't look good.
It don't look good, but somehow, some way, they keep winning. But I mean, it just is what it is.
You gotta see Seattle twice a year and LA twice a year.
It's tough.
That's shaping up to be 4. And we just saw what LA is all in. We just saw what they did to that defense.
Yeah.
My gosh. So you got to see LA twice a year, and I'm pretty sure Seattle didn't lose too much off of their defense.
No.
So they're still that's potentially 4 losses right there.
Yeah. And I think that I get it. You're trying to clean up what's going on within your organization. I understand that. But I don't know. I don't know if this relationship is repairable, right? But if there is any way to repair it, like I would try to repair with Brandon Aiyuk and get back to playing football. But I think it may be beyond that, because you need some help in your wide receiver room. Your wide receiver room is not that good. And what you're gonna do is just run Christian McCaffrey into the ground. You know what I mean? Like, and he's already, he had a good season last year, but he's already shown that he is injury prone and he will, miss some time. George Kittle missed a lot of time last year. Jawan Jennings was really your number one guy. Pearsall missed a couple games because remember didn't he get shot at the beginning of the season, like before the season started? Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that are going on, man. But and it's okay because I'm not a 49er fan anyway. But it is what it is. But they got to fix it.
Exit expeditiously. Get them out of there.
I don't think this relationship is repairable. Brandon Aiyuk's figured out a way to come back. And I might be jumping. It just seems like he's an AB away from that type of situation again. He running off the field, throwing off his jersey out in the crowd. So I think they gotta do their best to end up releasing him some way, somehow. So it's not repairable.
Eric say they absolutely are taking him in KC. Absolutely.
We'll get to Kansas City in just
we
a minute.
Sure will in just a second.
Because y'all can have him in KC and y'all have Justin Fields throwing him the ball and he'll be right back where he came from.
I have a question for you guys about this.
Go ahead.
Brandon Aiyuk situation. Do you think that the owner of, because we know the NFL ownership group, it's like a big club. It's a boys club. It's tight. They talk. Do you think the 49ers ownership is talking to other owners in this club regarding this Brandon Aiyuk situation, saying, I'm not so sure you want to deal with this kid? Is that a possibility?
Hell yeah. They all talking.
Of course.
They are all talking. And you would hope that he knows that. You would hope so.
How about the way he acting?
Right.
He acting like it don't matter.
I'm like, he can't know this. Like, I'm trying to figure out his agent situation. Is he still with the same agent, or did he fire his old?
He fired his.
He fired him.
So that worse.
Now he has no agent. Yeah, he doing this all on his own. But this is how the entire situation is just going up in flames, because this is all him. He is doing this on his own. He bad talking the agent. He bad talking the organization, to include the coach and the general manager. He called his teammates culture. He called that trash too. Like he is on everybody. And that's why I don't think it's repairable. But what kind of capital can you get from it? Like the best you're going to get right now, to me, it seems like the best you would get is maybe a 5th or 6th round pick.
I don't think you want to get that.
For sure.
Probably not.
Corey, let me ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
Out of the 32 owners, do you think
I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Do you think Jerry wouldn't give a fuck?
Jones.
Go ahead and get him.
He do like the attention. He's gonna bring the attention.
Because you don't know if you holding on to George Pickens.
Right.
You don't want to put him on the tag again next year because that's only gonna go up.
That's like 34 next year.
So you can get Brandon Aiyuk as an insurance policy to be like, hey, George, either you ball out and we pay you, or you ball out and you dip. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Cool. You still end up having, but for this year, you can have a nice wide receiver trio of CD, George Pickens, and Brandon Aiyuk. Would Jerry be like, man, bump all that y'all talking? Let's get to the table.
Hold on, Corey. Before
go ahead.
I'm gonna add a question to that.
Okay.
Do you think the culture of the Cowboys can withstand this situation? All right, 2-part question.
Okay, so 2 things. First thing is this: if Pickens has, and me and Kaja talked about this last night, if Pickens has anywhere near the season that he had last year, Pickens is gone. You're not going to be able to afford it.
Highest bidder.
Yeah, not going to be able to afford it. So, and then you franchise tag him, and you're going to be paying whatever some other team will give him a contract for anyway, right? So, With that being said, you bought Pickens in under a similar cloud, right? Because he had this attitude problem and he was this and he was that. And he has been the model citizen here in Dallas. They have, I mean, right now, you have players in your organization that are good leaders, right? Dak is an excellent leader of men. CD Lamb seems to have taken George Pickens under his wing, and they are doing tremendous things together. Got in trouble together last year when they played in Vegas. They decided to go to the casino, but that's that. I think that this situation is totally different because it shows you if I don't get my way, I'll bad talk this whole damn organization. And one thing that Jerry will not stand is somebody bad talking him. He done cut off radio shows. He done cut off sponsors. He done cut off a whole lot of things for people bad talking him. And if Brandon Aiyuk comes in here, not the number one receiver, not getting the passes that he feels or the touches that he feels like he deserves, and he starts to do things like this, like it's gonna end real bad. Jared blackball your entire career. You won't play football again.
But see, this is why I kind of feel like this is therapy for everybody. So like, look, Brandon Aiyuk, we haven't seen you play. It's coming up on 2 years now. We haven't seen you play. Right. You're not gonna just jump in unless it's a desperate team that just was like, listen, man, blind Neil, you're wide receiver one out the gate. Let's do this.
Yeah. Why not Miami?
You're not gonna be wide receiver one wherever you go. You gotta work that back up and let's see, like, okay, get you back in stride, get you back into a playbook, get you back into route running, get you back into, wide receiver things. Because like I said,
let's see if you can even do those things.
Let's see if you can still do it because we don't even know where his condition is, right?
Right.
So take this opportunity as, hey, listen, I don't have to be the guy right now. Let me prove that I can get back to that. Let this be a rehab stint, right? At the same time, you understand, you got to go into that situation with the mindset, knowing that you're not going to be wide receiver one, that this is a rehab stint. And also knowing that who you work for now. So if you want to get out of pocket, this will be your last stop. Because Jerry can write it so. I feel like that's everybody can win with that.
Therapeutic rap say he going to the Commanders.
Nah, old management, yeah. New management, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Old management would have definitely brought him home. New management,
I don't know if Josh Harris wants that drama.
It's a lot.
He seems to be quite confident, though. I mean, because he keeps talking about the commands. I'm like, who's telling you what? Like in your ear? Like, where are you getting that from?
Well, I know his best friend is Jaden Daniels, right?
Huh?
The best friend?
Yeah,
they played in college, right?
They went to Arizona State together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know he's been trying to play with Jaden Daniels for a while. So I don't know if that was part of it, but I don't think Jaden Daniels promised him like, yo, I'm gonna get you over here.
Jaden Daniels don't got that type of pull yet.
No,
you can't. Jaden Daniels ain't done enough in this league to be like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to the front office and tell them I want this guy. You have done. You got one playoff win in 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, one playoff win.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's
two.
It is. No, they got two because they made it because
they had to get to us. Yeah, so two playoff wins in 3 or 4 years. One winning season, and then now you're coming back from injury yourself. So you don't have that pull to be like, hey, go get this guy. That's Lamar Jackson. That's Josh Allen. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's Jalen Hurts. You're not in that stratosphere where you can go and handpick who you want to come to your team. So he can offer suggestions. Hey, I think a Brandon Aiyuk would be good here, and the front office would be like, oh, we appreciate that. Respectfully, go to hell. We don't want this. So,
Kaiser, can he fit in Miami?
Miami's on a rebuild. He can possibly.
He would be the number one.
Who just Malik Willis. Malik Willis
is your quarterback.
I like Malik. It's a possibility. I mean, honestly, it really depends on him, and depends on, his attitude, what kind of attitude he's coming into it with. If he wants to come into it and work and play and win games, and I think he can go anywhere. But if he's coming into it with foolishness and BS, then no.
I want to believe that he's doing this so he's forcing San Francisco's hand. Trade me. But at the same time, right, you got to have people in your corner that if this is what you want to do, what would this fall under? A hostile takeover? If this is what you want to do, you have to make sure that you play everything correctly. You want to play it to the point where you piss the leaving party off, but you leave it open for the oncoming parties to be like, we can work with you. If you do it so bad to the point where you piss the leaving party off and you leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth moving forward, you're not going to get what you want. It's a fine line. And I don't think anybody is telling him, hey, like, make your demands, say you want to leave yourself landing room and grace with these other teams to be like, I'm only like this because I don't like my organization now. This is not to say I'm going to be like this when I get where I want to be.
He's going to have to answer a lot of questions when he shows up to this new team if he does. Because they're going to be like, look, man, is this what you do? Like,
is this what we have to look forward to?
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's a fine line. And right now he is on the other side of that fine line, I feel like.
Well, I mean, with this behavior, he would be a Raider for life easily. He fits right into the culture.
Great segue.